In the case of Robbins versus Lower Merion School District, this is an amazing case, Mikhailo. This case involved the issuing of laptop computers to high school students, and the software design built into the activation of the camera on the laptop permitted the school district and employees of the school district, namely administrators, to actually find out where the computers were at any given point in time, since they were on loan from the school to the student. And the lawsuit arose because one student realized, a 15-year-old sophomore student whose name was not mentioned here in the lawsuit because he's underage, realized that the school district was actually observing his behavior in his own bedroom. And this raises some interesting conflicts of ideas. The technician who was the network supervisor for the laptop network at the school district is quoted as saying that teachers should not even be allowed to cover the cameras as they do now. Theft Track does not record video. It is only a snapshot every 15 minutes. Is someone afraid that we're spying on them? What planet is that man from, or woman, or whoever said that? Of course it's spying. If I am given a laptop by my teachers, I take it home, I put it in my bedroom, I turn it on, or don't even know when it's being activated, then everything that I do in that bedroom is now viewable by the administration of my school. Is that what you're talking about?
I was going to say there seems to be a new ethos that people aren't very concerned about what's going on. Well, it will never happen to me. And yet, this is clearly a violation of our constitutional protections and clearly cannot be allowed. We have a right to be free, to borrow a phrase from anthropologist Donald Brown, to be free from the threat of harm or interference in our projects and activities. Why do people watch each other? Knowledge is power. Any child knows that knowledge is power. The whole ethos, cloud computing.
Yeah, we're going to get into cloud computing. I would like you to explain what cloud computing entails, because, again, it has taken me a long period of time, and I do have some experience with computers. But what is cloud computing?
Okay, cloud computing. Cloud computing is the model that instead of doing everything on your personal computer, we're going to do it all out somewhere out there on the internet, on the cloud for you. So by way of analogy, I'm going to give you my bank information. Here's the keys to my car. Here's my wallet mark. I'll hold on to those. And anytime I need to do something, you'll take care of it
for me. Now, when you say everything, what you're meaning there is that I don't really have any software on my computer. I'm really a dumb terminal. And
you have a TV monitor. You have a TV monitor,
right,
and a keyboard. But
and all the processing is done on the cloud.
Yeah, Mr. Google is out there, and he's taking care of everything for you.
I see.
Don't worry, I'll take care of it for you.
Right.
The problem with this model is Mark is sitting there with my keys, my wallet.
Your bank account information.
Well, this guy over here is offering Mark $100 if he can poke through my stuff.
Right.
So as we look at cloud models, we might, to put it a little bit childishly, describe them as anti-democratic.
But I see. What's the problem here? If I agree unwittingly, let's say I'm the average computer user, and I don't know what a cloud is, and I don't know how advertisers and providers of free services like Google are exploiting my information, and I check the little box saying I agree to your terms and services. Have I given away my rights?
Well, there would be a question whether or not you can sign away your constitutional rights. When we talk about democracy, is it anti-democratic? Well, does it undermine constitutional rights? Do you have representation over important questions that affect your life? Are you unnecessarily dependent upon third parties? And I think here the central issue is one of trust. When traveling in China, there's China
you spent 3 years.
I spent 3 years in China.
So you know what you're talking about here.
So, using my phone, I wanted to go online. And so I accessed the internet using free Wi-Fi because I knew there would be excessive charges accessing it using my telephone, China Unicom. Well, China Unicom, I don't know how many people know this, but your SIM card on your phone isn't just like, it isn't just a dumb piece of hardware. You can put stuff on there.
Right.
And what China Unicom did was said that any time he accesses the internet, he has to pay. So they charged me for accessing somebody else's free Wi-Fi. It's like going to McDonald's and getting charged by Burger King for eating a hamburger. It's absolutely ridiculous. Not only do they do things like that, different provinces were going onto the cell phones and taxing people. If you like Sports Illustrated, well, that's a special fee if you go every time you go to Sports Illustrated. So they were playing with that. Another thing that can be done, although I haven't heard of this being done in practice, is it's a trivial matter to simply turn your cell phone speaker on. So any private conversation you have may be monitored. And who is making money on this?
In other words, a third party could turn on your cell phone speaker.
You would never know.
You would never know.
You would never know.
Wow. Now,
and is that different from monitoring your chat back and forth?
Well, yeah. I mean, everybody has seen these movies where the CIA sits in a van outside of your house, and they have, people who look like our engineer here, Richard Dugan, with headphones on and big microphones, and they have these little dishes, and they point this dish at your house, and you're having a conversation with your wife, and it's now recorded. Okay, we understand that model, but I don't think understand the model that these little devices that we're so in love with have just as much, if not even greater capability to invade and intrude upon our private life.
Why do you think Google wants you to have an Android phone?
Yeah, right.
They want
and
to
I do have an Android phone.
You do have an Android. I see it sitting there.
And it's not on. I'm going to make sure this is not on. Go ahead.
But this is important. The new model is trading.
Shut this off.
You're going to turn that off.
No, I am.
That's great. So the new model is trading your privacy basically for free services or for online citizenship.
Right. So this brings back to the cloud thing. See, we always what they offer in the cloud is, okay, you don't have to buy Microsoft Office. You don't have to buy an email package. You don't have to buy a banking package. We'll do it all for you on the cloud.
Well,
in our
we monitor
servers,
your email. Well, we spy on you.
Right. Just give us all your information.
Well, and in doing so, you click a little box that says that you have waived your constitutional rights and replace them with terms of use.
Right.
I was on a recent flight. I was flying to Boston, and I wanted to use the free Wi-Fi service. Go free Wi-Fi.
Right.
And upon reading the terms of use, I became somewhat alarmed. So if we take the Constitution, First Amendment, well, let's go ahead and cross that out and replace it with GoGo's terms of use.
What are they?
Well, okay, let's see. You will not use this service to harm or threaten another person, harass other people, violate any applicable law, engage in fraud or misrepresentation, especially providing information that is incorrect to GoGo. If you wanted to lie about your birthday to maintain your privacy, well, this is not acceptable. Let's see, provide instructional information about illegal activities, interfere with, disrupt, or create undue burden on the service. Infringe or violate another person's rights. Allow another person who has not paid for service or to access the service. To access or display offensive content on your computer or device in view of another person.
So these are the terms of service that people routinely click without even realizing or reading them.
Well, and on some hand, we think that they're not unreasonable. On the other hand, these do not replace the Constitution of the United States.
Right.
The corporation cannot simply redraft them as it sees fit.
All right. Well, I'm speaking with Mykhailo Stevenson-Klein, author of the new book, The Virtual State and the End of Empires. And when we get back from our break, we'll be finding out whether or not our basic digital rights are inalienable, whether they can be taken away. I am Mark McIntyre. Stay tuned.